Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2026 BMW 330i. Huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Charlotte for providing this sedan for me today. Take a look at their website. That link is down in the description. This 330 is finished off in skyscraper gray metallic. MSRP with options is just over $57,000. This is powered by the 2-liter turbocharged inline 4-cylinder, which is also paired to the 48-volt hybrid system along with the 8-speed automatic. It pumps out 255 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque. This model here is rear-wheel drive, weighs in around 3,600 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in 5.6 seconds with a top speed of 155 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity of 15.6 gallons, and you'll expect to see 28 miles per gallon in the city, 35 out on the highway. The wheelbase is 112.5 inches. Its overall length is 185.7. It has a width of 71.9 and a height of 56.8 inches. Now this model also has the M Sport and M Sport Pro package, so you'll notice there's a lot of gloss black accents from those packages. Up front, it's on the kidney grille, where there's also the addition of the forward camera. There's active grille shutters, so those will open to provide cooling when needed. And you'll notice too the dark housings for the LEDs. There's also parking sensors, more cutouts in the entire lower section, and very nice crisp points and lines to give it a very angular front end with the smooth lines coming down the hood. Now this model also has a really neat design for the two-tone wheels, along with having the red M Sport brakes. You'll notice too gloss black for the power folding side mirrors, where there's a camera and a turn signal, more gloss black for the window trim, and then there's a sunroof up top. And then some more crisp lines and angles, especially in the lower section of the side skirt there. In back, there's a small trunk-mounted spoiler finished off in gloss black, a dark housing for the LEDs, there's also parking sensors, and then the dual exhaust, and this has remote start. So you can activate that using the key fob, and then you can also use the control in the key fob or the release underneath to gain access to the cargo space, where this does have a power operating trunk. Now for the 3 Series, you have a good bit of space. There's no storage under the floor, but you do have the adjustments to fold down the seats if you need to, and there's some storage bins on both sides. So it's a pretty good amount of space for the size of this vehicle, and then you can either close the trunk or lock the vehicle. Now, if you do lock the vehicle, as you just heard, this has proximity door handles. So just grab any of the 4 and you can easily unlock it. Now with this exterior, this is paired with the Cognac Sentex leather seats, and I think it's a great combo. You'll notice Harman Kardon, which is an option. There's also storage in the lower section there, ambient lighting, and the brushed accents. And then as we move on to the interior, we can fold the seat flat, where you have a large cutout to get to the items in the back. And then as we hop in at 5'10", I have a good bit of space. You'll notice there's some vents, climate adjustments, auxiliaries, no storage pockets, but I have a good bit of space down below, and then at my height, maybe an inch or so of headroom, so I can sit upright. For being a smaller sedan, it's pretty roomy for adults. Now right in the middle, there's also the armrest with cup holders, and they can also fold this middle seat down individually. And there's also thin pillars in the back, so it makes it much easier to see around this section. Now up front, there's memory seating adjustments, window controls, side mirror adjustments, more storage, the lighting, and of course the same materials, and then automatic front seats. There is one manual adjustment, and that is for your leg support, so you can use that as needed. And then as we hop in, we're greeted with a solid leather steering wheel with a flat bottom design and some brushed accents. But let's start this up. So in order to go through this information, you do have some controls on the right side, where there's volume, tuning, Bluetooth, and voice commands. There's a lot of content that you can scroll through, just depending on what you would like to see. And then you can also adjust the layout. So if we get into the navigation, you can move that left and right there just a little bit, just depending on how you want to view it. And then there's also the head-up display, so you can go through a few different settings within that. This also has paddle shifters and then cruise control settings. There's headlight adjustments, a dimmer switch, one air vent, and then with the infotainment system, you have a lot more to go through. There's also shortcuts down below. You have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, there's interior and exterior lighting, quite a lot that you can get into, and then you can use the rest of the shortcuts as well. Now on the home screen, it is split, so you can pull up some info on that left, and then get into climates, navigation, and music, and then the heated seats, heated steering wheel, and temperature adjustments. This has a neat wood trim accent underneath, along with lighting and vents. There's volume tuning, hazards, and defrosters, and then wireless charging, auxiliaries, and cup holders. Now this is the shifter. So we can pull up the camera system where there's automatic parking and a backup assistance. And then with the 3D view, you can go around the whole vehicle. And then if I put this into drive and push the camera button down below, you can bring up that camera system in full screen. So that's the shortcut there. And then park's located on the back side. There's traction control, parking sensors, engine start stop, and then a few different driving modes. You can configure 2 of them, and it just depends on the throttle response that you would like. There's also auto hold, the e-brake, storage with an auxiliary, a locking glove box, and then garage door buttons, dome lights, and controls for the sunroof and sunshade. And then here's a look at visibility, where it's pretty easy to see over both shoulders for this smaller sedan. As we sat off behind the wheel now for the 330i, I have been able to drive these in the past with the M Sport package. I think it just gives it a much nicer look in my opinion. It is mostly cosmetics for the most part, and with this, it's the entry level into the 3 Series. So if you wanted even more power, you could go with the M340 or jump up to the M3. And of course, those are going to cost a lot more, so it just depends on your budget and what you're looking to do with your car. This is a fantastic daily driving luxury focused sedan for its price point as well. I think you're getting a lot for your money. You don't have quite as much power and performance. You are going to get more MPG though, but this is something where you might be able to do some spirited driving. It's definitely going to handle well. Again, not quite like the 340 or the M3, but I think you still have a great vehicle regardless. So let's put it into sport mode, where we do have a few changes there, and then we can give it a small acceleration to get up to speed, where it sounds pretty good. We do have some piped in exhaust for that, which you can turn off if you would like, but this is a pretty quick vehicle nonetheless, even with the 4-cylinder engine. Now in terms of driving this, it's what you would expect from a BMW. It's going to be super comfortable, very well refined feeling. We do have some plastics on the dash, which you can opt for in some of the higher trim levels. The 340 and the M3, you can get extended leather packages. I don't think that's available for the 330, but even with that, I think it's a very nice material. For vehicles of this price point, you will see some with plastics on them, so I wouldn't let that deter you. It blends in nicely with the rest of the interior, and it's just a great place to be. Now at 5'10", I currently have maybe 1.5 inches or 2 of headroom, and this is a height adjustable seat, so you can be a little bit taller than me and still fit in this. So for this smaller vehicle, if you're not maybe packing it full of people all the time or a lot of cargo, it's definitely going to work as a daily driver, and one where you could still put people in it if needed. If you needed more space, you could go to the 5 Series or the 7 Series. That's just basically going to give you some more legroom, of course a little bit more cargo space too, but for the smaller size, it's definitely nice. Going to be super practical, still spacious on the interior here. It doesn't feel too small for what it is. And still in sport mode, second gear with iconic sounds on. Here we go. And that's just a slight acceleration. And I'm not sure if the camera will be able to pick this up or not, but we'll slow back down and do that again, shutting the iconic sounds off. And I'll turn it on here. Under an acceleration, hopefully the camera can pick that up. I do agree with some people that yes, it is a little bit of a gimmick, but honestly it sounds really cool. If you're not looking for a loud exhaust, this is almost an active exhaust system, if you want to call it that. So you technically have a quiet mode and a little bit louder mode, even though yes, it is piped in speaker noises for that. I think it's neat. So if you're not looking for a loud vehicle, you're not into some of those performance aspects and the loud exhaust and all that, it's pretty neat that you have at least the option to do that and shut it off if you don't like it. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the 330, and it's a great place to be. For the price, I think it's a good option in today's market. And again, you have so many different ways that you can spec these. We really like to showcase the different options. I haven't seen these wheels before on the 330, or really this interior and this combo with the exterior color. So you have so many ways to configure these to your liking. You can also go with all-wheel drive too. So if you live somewhere where you need all-wheel drive, you need a little bit more grip, you have the option to do that, which is nice. And then we can get back up to speed here. And we have the different driving modes. So like I mentioned earlier, if you're looking for a vehicle that is going to do better on MPG versus some of the performance aspects, this is going to be a great option to go with. So you can really rack up the miles with this and have a fuel efficient vehicle with some sporty characteristics to it. So it's nice that while this isn't a true M car, it's not an M Light like the 340, you do get some of the handling and some of the cosmetics at least to just give it a nice luxury and sporty feel for the 330. But that is going to wrap it up for this 3 Series. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Huge shout out again to Hendrick BMW Charlotte for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads, and I will see you all in the next video.